All right, and welcome back. So in the last episode, if you were paying close attention, we were looking over ships to buy. Now, I had just decided that we were going to go ahead and leave the system and then go explore Duzak. But right before I left, I decided to click and see if there was any missions here that we could pick up. And while the answer to that was no, there is a guy here who is selling an Eradicator class cruiser for 37,000 credits. And you know what? I'm going to pick that up because we had 50,000 credits. So we're going to go ahead and get this. I don't care. It's probably full of D mods. It is not a pirate variant, but that's not a big deal. And yeah, it is quite trashed. But for 37,000, I mean, I'm getting that. Also, the Ludic Path likes us slightly more. Ooh, man, wow. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that happiness. All right, what do these people want? Oh yeah, they want us to go attack some target vessel with 20 Marines. Well, we ain't doing that, but what we are going to do now... Why is that in here? Whatever. What we are going to do now is go over here and find ourselves this guy, toss him right there, and then we're going to refit him really fast. I don't think we're going to have enough to put anything in here, though. I don't think there's any real guns we can slap in this thing to make it worthwhile. They do have a lot of assault chain guns. We could actually fit those in here. So you know what? That's the route we're going to go. Lots of assault chain guns. There we go. Don't really have anything of value to stick in these slots, so we'll just stick some light machine guns in there. Normally, I would like to have mining lasers for point defense, but this ain't the case where that's going to be happening. You know, some light assault guns, because we want him to bust out the armor really fast. I think all that'll work out. And then we got some small missile points. The problem is while we have 5, we don't really have 5 of any singular thing we can shove in there. We can go with sabits to knock out shields. We only stick 4 in, though. Then we'll just throw like a torpedo on the last one. So yeah, I think we'll go that route. We'll just grab these sabits. They're 2 points each, which is not a good amount for what I think is a single missile. Oh no, you get two missiles. Ooh, wow. Get safety overrides because, haha, why not? Heavy armor. This thing's going to be a massive ship. Go armored weapon mods. Yep, more armor the better. You got 9 points left. The shield is kind of a joke. I could go shield shunt for even more armor. Yeah, we are going to have some weapon flux problems, though, even if I put more points into it. That's one of the reasons I'm going with shield shunt, because, like, this thing is going to flux itself out really fast in combat. See, there's... neither one of these is a really good option. We'll go with this one, but, yeah. And then, what would we call this thing? Like, it's not really good. It's kind of like a scraper. Comes up and like shears off the shields and then starts pummeling on the armor. Does this thing even fire forward? Yeah, it kind of does. Never a big fan of guns that are kind of off center like that. We'll call it the Duke. I don't know. It's a dumb name, but whatever. I don't know why that's set to alternating. Assault chain guns are all together. We're going to stick the light assault guns together with that. And then we'll stick all the machine guns on their own little spot. And I think that'll work out. Actually, we're going to stick that right here. We're going to take him off and stick him on the Sabit. No, because the Sabit's going to be thrown at a distance, right? We'll stick it off over here by itself. And then the assault guns, obviously, we're going to stick right there. So then these machine guns can go there. Auto. I'm going to turn these off of auto fire because these assault chain guns are, like I said, they're going to just eat flux. They're going to be a flux problem. I think this will work out. Yeah, hopefully, maybe. Maybe stick someone in here, like this lady. Targeting analysis, more damage for cruisers. Yeah, we can do that. Wait, was someone about to level up? Oh, he already leveled up. Okay, cool. He's in the what? Why do we have a steady guy in the Buffalo? I don't know. It's a little bit weird for me. We're going to give him Ballistic Mastery. Mostly because I don't want to keep him in the Buffalo. Who could we stick him in? This guy doesn't have ballistics, though. Neither does that guy. This doesn't really have ballistics either. Who would have good ballistics? This would. What are you? Aggressive. I don't really want a steady ballistics guy in that. He has missile specialization. Steady. You know what? We'll leave him in the Buffalo for now. I'm not really happy with that, but, you know, whatever. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the next system. We're going to do more exploration. Why are we going so slow? Because I'm on dark mode. Yeah, right. I forgot. That was so they couldn't see us, because they are our enemies, and we did want to trade there. Which is another one of those questionable things where it's like, when you dock up at a lot of places, and you have, you know, dark mode engaged, and they can't see who you are, they usually won't let you trade with anything outside of the black market, but in some cases, like pirates and looting path, it seems like they don't really care. I get that, though. It's because they're at war with a lot of people, so anybody who's willing to trade with them is okay in their books, right? God, I hate that feeling when you gotta sneeze, don't you? Look at that thing. I would like that more of, but that is a big fleet. Why do we still have dark mode? God. I gotta pay attention to this stuff better. Alright, no, we're not going to Arcadia, because we already got enough supplies. We got plenty of fuel. I'm gonna skip around this, because I don't want to bounce off the cloud, and Duzak is right here. Cool. I don't know why this is in the middle of the core colonies, but we're going to go ahead and check it out anyhow. Alright. Now, I know a lot of people like to just grab the best planets they can find. This is really close, by the way. But a lot of people like to grab the best planets they can find in all sorts of systems. I like to keep all my planets in one system. I'm not saying that we're going to start colonizing right off the bat, but I am saying that if I get the choice, I'm not going to spread my stuff out all over the place. This planet seems to be circling this star at very rapid speed. So yeah, instead of chasing it around the other side of the sun, we're going to go this way and try to catch it. It is relatively close, though. Oh yeah, that's... Oof. This is not not a planet I would like to live on. Alright. Makeshift sensor away. We're going to go break that. We're not friends with the pirates. And then we'll hit that last planet up and leave. Wasn't much to find here. Kind of heartbreaking, really. You know, this great idea that this could be the system, but it seems like that's not the case. Now, provided we survive long enough, which is kind of a task that will be relatively difficult, I would like to eventually start on these colonies and planetary system stuffs. Apparently in this patch they added some new things. This place is too. This is not a good system, though. But, you know, I'd like to check it out, see if they added a lot more. Because the last time I was really invested into the colony system, I think it was like 0.95 patch version. And that was years ago. Honestly, like 2 years. Like 2023. Making this video in 2025. So I'll give you a good idea about how long it's been. And how much I've forgotten. And, yeah, so just... not really sure that's something to do right off the bat. Could go over here and explore too. A lot of these places are really close, and it is an easy way to get a little bit of money. Is there someone behind us? Oh no, that's probably fake. Yeah, it's moving exactly with us. It's fake. See, there is a, what is it? Interdiction pulse, right? So if you ever get these things and they swim up next to you and start doing circles and slowing you down, you can hit them with an interdiction pulse and they'll go away. And I think the normal ones that kind of follow you around can also be hit with an interdiction pulse, but there's not really much of a reason to waste your interdiction pulse on them because they're not a threat. They don't really do anything to you as far as I'm aware. Okay, so it's dropping us out like really far. You know what? We'll drop out here. Uh-oh, looks like Ludic Path is in another system. And there's stuff here to check out. Maybe there'll be something good. Makeshift nav buoy? Yeah, we're gonna break that. Oh, and there's something guarding it, too. Well, hello. We're breaking your stuff. Are you gonna stop us? Their answer, as always, is no. I want that manticore. Come here. Why did it drop that stuff off on the ground again? I'm not hitting abort, am I? I still have yet to check that out. Alright. Are you guys running away? You are. Okay. That's not a problem. We'll chase you. And that guy. Yeah. Good. I want the Manticore. Ignore all those guys. Go for Manticore. Uh-oh. Come on, Sunder. While that's not really how I expected you to use those, I'm not wholly against you having used them. Wow, he just took off half of his health with, like, one shot. Not smart to use that against the shields, but whatever, you know, it's just harpoons. He is overfluxing himself like I knew he would. The buffalo's already been cracked open. Hold on. Let me flip to something closer. He's already getting jumped. Yeah, they're gonna crack him. Ooh, man, big missile barrage right into the butt. Did he explode? Nope, he's stuck together. Cool. We could probably actually recover him without even using a story point, because I'm not gonna use a story point on him. I don't usually use story points on anything like Destroyer and lower, unless it's specifically something I absolutely feel like I need to have early on, like an Omen. Like, if it's like a day one Omen, yeah, I'm probably going to use a story point on that. But anything else, it's going to have to be like Cruiser and bigger, and it's going to have to be a good ship for me to do it. Alright, so consider ship recovery. Apparently my Buffalo got broken. I'm not happy with that. These things break too fast. They're one of the ships that usually I get rid of as soon as I get the chance. Cerberus and Hounds are also two others because they're just really bad at staying alive. So we'll pick through that. Kind of unhappy that we couldn't get the Manticore out of that, but you know what? It's how it is. Now let's turn back around and pick up these. I don't know. Take all. Continue. Oh, that is... yeah, that is a threatening fleet. While I think I can take him, I don't... he doesn't think we can lose this. Okay, we're going to chase him then. Yep, he's avoiding contact. Okay, so let's see. There are a lot of D-mods. This is not really that threatening of a ship, and it looks like it mostly just has like machine guns and autocannons on it, so yeah, not a big threat. This guy has a lot of rockets. He's kind of anti-shield. This guy has hammer torpedoes. He could hurt us, but he has the fart. So he's not... he can get in close, but he's not really that threatening at close range. This one is pretty much built like ours is, and the rest of these... I mean, the Brawler's kind of a threat, but generally speaking, the rest of these aren't. What are these? Bombers? No, Warthogs. Yeah, that could do some damage. Alright, we're going to move into engage. It seems like they're actually going to fight us. We're going to deploy everything except for that broken little dude. He's a little bit low on the combat readiness, but I think overall this should be fine. We're going to watch and see what our frigates do. Got to keep an eye on them, because they have a bad habit of running forward. And the Shade can definitely get itself into trouble if he's not careful. You need to go after him. Actually, you help. You need to stop backing up, and then these two, I actually don't care what they go after. I'm not liking how this guy's going. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's dead. Yep, he has already exploded. You need to come back. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, so the Venture's basically already out of the fight. There he goes. He's dead. We did lose the Vanguard right off the bat, which I'm not happy about. And this guy's coming up to blow up another person. That's what happens if you don't keep an eye on, like, your frigates. They really can put themselves into an incredibly bad spot. He's gonna overflux my dude. Oh, no, he got overfluxed first. We got lucky with that. A Tropo's coming in from the Wings of Daggers off of the Drover. These two guys are brawling. It looks like my guy's about to overflux himself thanks to that shield. He's getting slowly popped in the butt, too, which ain't helping him out. He is getting beaten up by the cannons firing at him. Nope. Overfluxed. Too bad. Oh! Ouch. Just got nailed in the face by a pile of sabots. Lost another Vanguard. He's getting hit with drones. Actually, that's my ship. So he has, yeah, he has a whole bunch of heavy machine guns. They should be able to deal with these drones. Little fighters shouldn't last too long against it. Did I just get rammed by an enemy ship? That's annoying. I think this fight's already over. I don't know what else they got left. Oh, a single hound that's now running away. My shade's chasing, but I don't see any armament on him. Oh, he just has the burst laser. This is not a good idea. Oh no. I can't believe he's actually doing this. Oh, he's already at the edge of the map, though. He's gone. Okay. So 2 of their ships got away, at least. Plus whatever logistics they had. A lot of our ships got beaten up. Yeah, single dram. Alright, now we're going to let them go, and we're going to recover our 2 guys who got popped. I'm not spending a story point on the venture. It's just not worth it. I don't want these Cerberus. Oh, this is going to eat up all of our supplies. Pick through the wreckage. Well, we get them all back. Not a big deal. Totally fine on our size, too. Okay, cool. And then, ship recovery for a kite? I don't think so. We got an auto laser. Not bad. He's running away. We're going to go up, actually. We're not even going to follow that direction that I just set. Right here. Uh-oh. We might have to go dark. Come over here, hide in the rocks. Because someone just went over there, and they are also hiding in the rocks. Oh no, he flew past. Okay, cool. Let's check out this abandoned station. There could be something to pick up. Nope. Alright. Something's up here. It is an enemy station. Wouldn't it just be ironic if we traded with them and sold them their own parts? There is one unsurveyed planet. I don't see any more. We could actually hit the station, not attack it, but hit it to trade, and then wait for that planet to rotate around. We probably aren't going to be able to break that sensor array. Although I would like to. It's giving them a lot more scanning range, and I'm not happy with it. We're not going to have a supply issue anytime soon. I did level up, though. Yep, we're going to go ahead and get hull restoration. So every month, one of our ships is going to repair one of the D-mods they have on them. Which would be nice. It's not great, but it's always nice. Alright. Turn off dark mode. Let's just make a straight run for this sensor array. The faster we break it, the faster they lose 400 sensor range. It makes it even harder for them to track us. They'll send someone over here, like, immediately. But they won't be able to see us now. See? Here they are. Well, there they were. I see them on the radar. Oh, there they are. And see, it cut down their range pretty significantly. And since they're over here now, we can flip down and go dock up at this station. We might actually be able to scan that planet before we leave, but we're going to try to get some supplies here. Uh-oh, someone's coming in. Hey, oh no. 2 months. Yeah. They recognized us. They know who we are. Alright, we're going to turn off dark mode then. There's no reason to slow down now. We got a little bit before we run out of supplies. We should have enough time to get to that planet, dump off like 10 supplies to survey it, and then leave. Said there was something right there. Alright. Come this way. Hit this planet. You probably hear me clicking like a madman. There we go. Perform survey. It's okay. 10 supplies go poof. We are losing a lot of supplies per day. Oh, uh-oh. Is that pirates? I think those are pirates. They don't want to fight us, thank God. We don't have the supplies to, like, deal with a fight. And we're going to go ahead and jump on out. Okay, and now we're going to have to, like, make a beeline straight for the nearest system, which is going to be Persian League and Pirates. And hopefully these are not guys who are going to want to beat us up. That actually would probably be a good group to attack, but hold on. Before we go through there. No, it is close to Persian League. Yeah, we'll go through it. Turn on transponder. They usually don't care if they catch us without the transponder on, but I just don't want to make them mad. Abandoned siphon station. I don't think there'll be anything here, but let's check. No, I think you can leave stuff in these and then come back for them later. But in this case, I don't really want to do that. You guys don't have a station. That makes me unhappy. Here's a pile of stuff. This is warthogs, right? Yeah, I don't like those. Normal flak cell. We'll keep the light assault guns because we keep using them in our builds. We definitely want to keep this stuff. I don't like mortars. We're going to sell those. What's this? Converted fighter bay? No, thank you. Extended shields? Yeah, we'll trade for that. Mortars go bye-bye. I'll keep the hammers. Like the... Okay, yeah, no. The rest of this is seemingly good. I need supplies. Your supply cost is kind of high. I could buy all your supplies, though. I pay out almost all the money that I have, however. Which is not great, but I just did it. Whatever. The black market here is actually more expensive. It's kind of wild to think about. Alright, let's see what ships I missed out on. Oh, Griffin. Well, I couldn't have afforded it anyhow. Although I do really like the Griffin. I'm not actually a fan of the Vigilance. I mean, a lot of people might think that's kind of weird. Griffins are good missile cruisers. A Vigilant is not a very good frigate. Not in my mind. I know there's people out there who are like, oh, Vigilance is great. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. You can have them. I would like the Pirate Eradicator. Can't afford anything, though. I still want a Afflictor, even though they got nerfed. I think they'd still be pretty good. Yeah, so I got 8 points. We could go through here and see if we can slap something in. I don't really see anything all that useful on this guy. And this right here increases the rate of fire of all non-missile weapons, which that just means you flux yourself out even faster. So yeah, we're going to take off this really quick, take off the 2 vent points, see if I can slap an efficiency mod in here. Come on, let me, I just want to click that, so I can just do it right here. Just straight efficiency. Boom. Oh well, whatever. Get my shield shunt back. And then armor weapon mounts again. And then 2 points in defense. Actually, missiles. Anything useful in here? We could swap out this one for a Sabot. That'll work. Are all these back on the same part? No, now they are, though. Boom. 1 Sabot shot, then he reloads 1 more Sabot shot. It's not great, but it could knock out his shields, and that will let these assault chain guns just open up and tear them to shreds. Can we stick some heavy machine guns in here? You do have heavy machine guns. Finally. Thank God. You have mining lasers, though. No, you do not. Alright. Well, that kind of hurts me, but it's not really bad. What is this thing missing out on? ECCM package? I don't think we could afford one, could we? No, we could. It would just take all the vents that we currently have on this thing off of it. I mean, that in theory could be really good for the Hurricane, because the Hurricane kind of has this weird shotgun effect. And if it flies faster, you're more likely to hit your target. Let's see. 3 points in there is 380. And then ECCM package. I'm not super sold on the idea. Linda gets weapon range reduction, makes the ships always ignore flares. Yeah, no. We'll do this. We'll see how it works out, which will probably be pretty bad. I would love to get more mining lasers so I can get more points and stick those into vents, though. I've never been a big fan of those guys. I just don't feel like they're all that great. But this is an Atlas run. We've already determined that the Atlas is going to be with us no matter what we do. Come hell or high water, the Atlas is where it's at. Now, this guy, I really don't know what to do with him. I could take off these ion cannons and slap in these tactical lasers, which might be more effective at keeping him away from a fight. It also gives us some points back, but they don't really have any armor or hull to survive any attacks. So, we'll try that. Yeah, Maybe long-range point defense lasers? Now, we'll try this. We'll hope that it works out well. I don't think it will. I'm going to stick all of these harpoon missile launchers in the same pack. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I don't think this will work out. It could. We'll see. Maybe more capacitors. No, he has 8 points. What could I stick in him? Maybe an escort package? Expanded magazines doesn't really help with missiles. No, that's ballistic energy. Do you have expanded missile rack already? No, you don't. Oh, we don't have the points for it. Okay. Well, if I take off the reinforced bulkhead, we could. Or the unstable injector. Decrease his speed by a bit. Slap on the missile rack so he has 1 extra reload. 6 more points remaining. Armored weapon mounts. 20 armor. Insulated engine assembly. Very, very, very little hull. No, we'll do that. It's not a good ship. We're going to have to replace this. As soon as I find something that I really like, this thing's gone. Of course, I need money for that, too. Yep. Ugh. Alright, you got any good missions here? 25 units of recreational drugs, 7 light years away. Yeah, but you want me to go there and sell that. I'm not taking anything. And buy security codes. No, thank you. You have any pilots? Nope. Alright, now there should be neutrals in this system, right? Right? No, it's just pirates in these guys. Okay, well we could maybe bully the pirates. It looks like these guys are already doing so. Actually, you know what? Yeah, looking at the time, we're going to go ahead and just call this episode here. Stay tuned for the next episode, guys. We're going to go bully some pirates. Woo!